All right, so um, yeah, unusual title. What a spider taught me about community. So I'll start with this with saying that I grew up in the southeast in Alabama, and we have a lot of spiders down there, banana spiders. So if you're not familiar, it's a spider that is probably about the size. I don't know, they're about that big. They're very large, and if you've ever run through the woods, as I did a lot when I was little, playing outside, you and you're from that part of the country, you probably run through one of these, and it's not pleasant. And so, I've pulled them out of my hair. Granted, my hair was much shorter back then, but still not great to run into a spider web and feel it on your face, and then like grab a handful of legs out of your hair. So anyway, you kind of learn when you're walking through the woods, or as we learned, that you need to take a stick or something and knock stuff down, or just wave it in front of you, because you wouldn't always see them. If the light's not in the right direction, you might not see one of these spider webs until it's all over you. So, like I said, we kind of learned to knock them down or whatever, just clear them out. And we never thought about it until one day I was at my buddy's house, and there's a few of us over there. There's a group of about four of us that typically hung out. And two of our friends were inside, and me and another friend of mine were out on his back porch. And there was one of these huge banana spiders on kind of a part of the porch that we didn't really walk through a lot. It wasn't like right in front of the door, so it was a little off to the side, and hanging down from one of the corners of the ceiling and one of the columns outside was a banana spider. And it was building its web. It wasn't totally done. It sort of had, if you've ever seen this work, they have sort of a big structure that they create, sort of like a scaffolding, and then they build that spiral on it. So you sort of have these lines coming out where they've built their initial structure, and then they'll just circle around, attaching their web and building sort of from the inside out to make the part of the web that they actually catch things with, not the whole thing sticky, but that's a whole different video about bugs. So anyway, we're watching this thing, and for whatever reason, it just sort of caught our attention. And I think we were waiting on our other friends to come out, and we were going to jump in the pool. And so we're watching the spider build a web, and seeing it like spend time on it and committing energy to it, and the fact that it's so well done. Like, it's very intricate, but the spacing between the rings is pretty even, and it's just impressive to watch. And, obviously the spider takes a lot of care in building his home and building this thing that's going to catch his food. It's going to be his source of livelihood. So we watched this for, I don't know, a few minutes. And keep in mind, I was probably, I don't know, 13 or 14 at the time. I'd been playing in the woods most of my life, tearing these spider webs down, never thinking about it twice. And so we sit there and watch this for a few minutes, and our other two friends come out. They've been changing or whatever, or we're getting food, something. So they come out and they see what we're doing, and their first reaction is to grab something and knock it down. And me and my friend that were watching it were like, whoa, 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 stop. And they're like, what? Somebody's going to walk through this. And we're like, no, we'll just walk around it. Like, we've been watching this thing build it, and it's actually pretty impressive. And we tell like we had never seen one build it before, but this is like taking a lot of time, and it's very intricate. Like, we don't need to knock it down. We can walk around it. If it had been 30 minutes earlier and I was walking through the woods and there had been a spider web in the way, I would have knocked it down. I would not have thought twice about it. So there's a lesson in that for me. And the lesson was being a part of the building of something, the creation of something, makes you want to protect it. Even if you didn't do it. I didn't build the web. I just watched it, but I saw what it took to create it. Even though it didn't take my energy, it didn't take my time, I saw what it took something else You know, the commitment that something else had to make to doing this thing, which made me want to protect it. And so I think, you know, when I go and talk to students now, that's something that I tell people. That's why I try to get people connected and involved in their community, because if you're involved in something and you see the energy that's put into it, it's something you want to protect. And that's something we're missing so much now. We see so many people in their community destroying their community, destroying parts of it, damaging it, polluting it, even littering in your community, to me, is a sign that you are disconnected from it. You don't realize what it takes to have created that. You don't realize, you know, what it takes to maintain that. You don't understand the energy involved and the love somebody could have for something when they created it, because you're not connected. We've gotten so far from this connection in so many ways, interpersonal connection, community connection, all kinds of things. But when we lose those connections, those things lose value to us. And those chickens are coming home to roost. We're seeing how disconnected people are from their community, whereas they see it as something else. They see it as some totally other entity, not something that they're a part of, but something they just sort of operate in. And it's not good. Like, if you walk around here, I live in a big city, one of the biggest. I live in Houston, Texas. If you walk around here and look at graffiti all over buildings, I guarantee you, none of the graffiti is on a building that the person who graffitied it built. I bet their house doesn't have graffiti on it. People take care of the things they build. People take care of the things they feel committed to, that they feel a part of. I would venture to guess that a lot of people that are doing that kind of stuff, vandalizing different buildings, probably aren't doing it in their immediate neighborhood because they feel a connection to it. They've seen their neighbor work in their yard or work on their house or whatever. Maybe they've seen their neighbor paint their house. And they go, man, that took a lot of time and it took energy. I don't want to mess that up. I'll go somewhere else where I don't feel connected, and I'll do it there. If you see somebody throw something out of their window or litter or whatever, they don't feel connected to that community. They don't, because they're willing to damage it just like that. They've never seen somebody come out and actually have to clean those streets, or, you know, somebody who's really enjoyed the natural beauty of a place. They don't care. It's not a part of them. They aren't connected. So they're immediately willing to damage it. And so that's what I learned just that little bit of time. Watching a spider build a web made me not want to destroy it. Because, like, man, this thing, it took time. It took, and whatever level a spider can do this, it took pride in what it was doing because it did it well. And we've lost that. So many people have lost that. People just don't care about the world around them. They don't see themselves as a part of it. So they have no qualms with damaging it. If you feel connected to your neighbors, you feel connected to the people in your community, you won't hurt them. Now, forget graffiti, forget pollution. If you realize that you're connected to this whole thing, this whole group of people, that we're all connected to one another, you won't want to hurt it. Same kind of deal. If you might be a hunter, and I mean, this could be a little bit different, but it's easier to take the life of an animal that is not your pet. A lot of hunters, and I hunt, I don't have a problem with it. Also have a dog. I would never shoot my dog unless, unless it was a merciful thing to do. She was injured or sick or something. But I would have a much easier time killing a duck or killing a deer because there's not that emotional connection. I didn't see that thing grow up. I didn't raise it. I didn't put energy into it. So that's the kind of difference. And I think that's what we're missing in a lot of things. When we see so much civil unrest, we see people not being nice to each other. It's because they don't feel connected anymore. And I think there's a lot of things that are working to create that disconnection. And I think we have to be aware of them. Don't let yourself be separated from your community. Don't let yourself be separated from your neighbors, from your family, none of that. Because as soon as you're separated and you don't feel that connection anymore, it's way easier to damage it. Way easier to damage it. And so not even just realizing that we have to prevent that separation, but also encouraging people, especially young people, because they're more open to this, get involved in your community. whatever your community is, whether that's your school, it's your neighborhood, it's your city, it's your whole country, whatever. But I encourage you to start small, really gain that kind of understanding, and then grow. So, start with your family, start with, again, your school, start with your city, your neighborhood, and start helping. If it's you, do this on your own. If it's other people around you where you see the opportunity to do it, help them get connected. Help them realize there are people in their community working to build and maintain something good. And as soon as they see that, as soon as they really can put those pieces together, they will want to protect it. It's just the way it works. It's the way we are as humans. When we see something grow, when we see energy put into it, we want to protect it. We want it to stay good. We don't want to damage it. So keep that in mind. I mean, simple lesson learned from a spider. And I've just seen it, that same sort of mentality rear itself over and over in my life. And I've seen the other side of it. I've seen as people get disconnected from a world, they become very jaded by it, and they don't even want to participate anymore, or they don't have any problem with it being destroyed or being damaged. So get connected. Encourage those around you to do the same, and just realize that, like, if there's parts of that you're struggling with, or there's parts of, maybe there's things that you don't like in your community, or there's parts of it you wouldn't mind seeing destroyed, try to get some involvement with that and seeing what's really going into it. Is there effort being placed there? And it might change your perspective a little bit. So just something to think about. Thanks for watching. And if depending on where you watch this, I'm recording this live on my Twitch stream. The Twitch channel is Brooks C. Brown, but you might see this on YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Comment, like, let me know what you think. If you've seen this, if you've had your spider experience where you saw something created and that made almost an immediate connection for you with it. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon.